Hello, everybody. I tried to record a video, but I just need to do this quick, but the fucking space on my phone is limited, so it's a piece of shit. So, I gotta retread some stuff, and I gotta remember what the fuck it is exactly I wanted to say. So, the Raging Atheist makes a video to me, whatever. He calls me the baby manatee, that's great. It's fucking hilarious. So, that's it. He calls me a Nazi and a couple of other things. So, let's just go through this logically and rationally. It's been a little while. I've been at work all fucking day. Like I said, I work fucking 11-hour days, 5 days a week in a fucking factory. I'm tired. I need a fucking shower. I need to fucking. I gotta leave tomorrow after fucking work. Might be getting out early. I gotta pack a bag. I got a lot of shit to do. That's the point. So, most of the things I say are extremely how would you say, flamboyant, over the top, and that's mostly because my general reason for being on YouTube is I want to make fuckers laugh. I was born on April Fool's Day, so I've got a bit of a complex about it. Um, that's all I really want to do. As far as like fighting the raging atheist, I realize now in retrospect that people don't get some of the inside jokes, but people who come from Brett Keen's stuff and who know the Drunken Peasants understand that that's somewhat of a reference to the fact that Ben of the Drunken Peasants is always saying he's going to fight people and he's going to get sanctioned MMA fights and stuff like that. And Brett makes a joke about inviting people over for barbecue and fighting them in their backyard, in his backyard. Uh, so that's what that's all about. I don't want to beat the shit out of you or anything. Um, second, well, second of all, the Nazi thing. Okay, so quick rundown. Some people let's hit all of the fucking speculation about what I am and what I'm not. Okay, I have very dry skin. You can see I'm breaking out. I have very dry skin here in the winter, and my hair is fucking everywhere. It's very fucking dry and frizzy. I cannot keep moisture in my fucking hair, or my skin. I got psoriasis. You can't see it. It's a little bit on the scalp and inside my ear, and I gotta put clobetasol cream in there. It's fucking gross. But it's been pretty much in control. But it makes my fucking skin itchy in combination with the fucking weather. So that's what this shit is. And you'll notice my voice is kind of fucking gay. I went to an ENT specialist a couple of years ago, and they were like, "Oh, hey, bro, you got postnasal drip." Okay, so I get an itchy nose. And just talking about it made my fucking nose itchy. So I'm not doing coke. I used to do coke though, so I can see how you might think that. I used to have a drinking problem too. I still do have a problem drinking. Not that I drink to excess, that I drink and then I get on the internet and say dumb shit. So that's a problem. I do dumb things on the internet when I'm drunk. Oh, please somebody kill me. At any rate, so um, where were we? Oh yeah, so that's the reason why all the fucking twitching and itching and shit. Um, the other thing is I have Asperger's. So I was diagnosed about a year ago. For the majority of my life, from age 6 on, um, I was told that I had ADHD, and they put me on Ritalin and fuck, what's the other one? Anyway, I ended up on um, Concerta, and it made me suicidally depressed, so I stopped taking those. And then I like a year or two ago, I had a full panel, and they were like, "Well, you should take this fucking DNA test and see if you are a carrier for the gene." And I am. And what's not a gene? It's sort of like It's like a marker. It's like a genetic marker. It's not actually like an on-off autism switch. Um, he's made me hyper paranoid about the fucking nose itching thing. Fuck. Anyway, so I go to have this thing done, and I carry the marker, and they say, "Well, you've got Asperger's." And then with the genetic test, they also offer that they'll tell you like what your genetic makeup is, like ethnically. I'm like 18 point something Ashkenazi Jew, and a little bit Inuit, French, Dutch, Irish, a little bit of Scottish, Welsh, a lot of noises in there. Probably Scandinavian, I think, as well. I could look. I've got that around here somewhere. If it's not here, I know that there's a copy at my mom's house. I could probably ask her for it because she keeps shit like that. So I'm not a fucking Nazi. As far as my political leanings go, I'm not a Trump guy either. I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. I've been voting since I was about 18 when I registered for the draft. I was held back a year, so maybe it was 19. I think was the last election that I could, the first election that I could vote in. I think I voted for Obama a second time because I was salty about the not being able to vote for him the first time, and I didn't really understand. Not that Romney was any better. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so I voted for Jill Stein, hippie grandma, and I voted Green Party pretty much across the board, even for a local representation, although none of them fucking won. I was hoping in 2016 that at least one of the party members that I voted for would get 13% of the vote so that they could be in the 2020 election debates and stuff, but they don't even get a seat if they don't get 13%. I think it's still 13%. So I'm really for political pluralism and representation. I want as many people as possible to be able to participate in these debates and talk, but everybody just votes Democrat or Republican. Now, when it comes to Trump, here's what I think of Trump. Okay, he's doing about A plus in the economy. When it comes to security and national security and border control and stuff like that, it's like a B minus. Socially, it's like D minus, almost an F. He might even. It's fucking happening again. He might even. he might even be completely failing. Yeah, internet censorship and big tech trusts are fucking ruining this country. It's a big problem. I'm in favor of bringing back a sort of square deal, Teddy Roosevelt style fucking plan for those assholes. I'm not happy about it. I like the First Amendment. Second Amendment's pretty neat. Now, about the fucking border shit. Now, you fucking were on the stream for a long ass time with all of us, and everything was going great. And then the conversation switches hard to the border and everything. And you go from being happy and okay, and you're like, yeah, this is going really good. And then Jesus Freak says some shit about the border, and you're like, they're putting kids in concentration camps, which for some of us remain to be seen at the time. Now, here's how I feel about that. I want to minimize the amount of people that are coming to the border because honestly, you shouldn't bring a child out on that journey in general. It's bad. People could die. Your child could be trafficked into sexual slavery. They could be, there's a lot of shit that can go wrong, okay? So I just want a thing on the border as a deterrent to people coming in. It's a big fucking thing that people can see, that people know about, and they'll be scared to try to cross the border illegally. Now, if you're a political refugee or you're a refugee of war, I'll give you a pass. Okay? But go through the system. Go through the system first. I just want to minimize human suffering as much as possible. And you can't do that with an open border, because people will just do the track, maybe gets trafficked, maybe get shot and killed, maybe be used as traffickers for drugs and other illegal substances. Um, maybe they'll run out of food or fun. This is exactly my point, though. Is I just want a deterrent at the border to keep fuckers from bringing kids to the border and then having them either end up in cages, if there's actually cages. I don't know. There's too much information to know what's true anymore. Which, if I was running a gay op on the American people, I would want them to be confused. So maybe that's what they want. Deep state or the government or fucking big corporations or whatever. So, yeah, I just want a deterrent at the border to try to keep people from even making that trek. Now, is it going to work? I don't know. Seems like it might. It would deter me. I mean, I'm deterred just because I live in the first world. I wouldn't want to cross any fucking border. It's pretty neat over here in America. But at any rate, other political leanings. I think we need some healthcare reform. I don't know if we can implement universal healthcare here. I did come up with a healthcare plan that might satisfy everybody, but nobody fucking takes it seriously. Basically, it goes like this. You subsidize education in the healthcare field. You like free education, basically, for people who want to become doctors and nurses and shit like that. And then you oversaturate the market with doctors. But they don't have to get in bed with like Pfizer or other pharmaceutical companies to help pay off their debts and help them afford their malpractice insurance and all the other kinds of insurances that doctors and other medical healthcare professionals need to get to be in that field. Instead, their regular wages and salary or whatever will cover the cost of that. So, and then you make it less expensive by having an oversaturated market. You don't have to bring doctors in from other places in the world. You get, I mean, let's say that there's an underprivileged black kid that wants to be a doctor, but and he's smart and he can do it, and he might even be the best in whatever field he chooses later on, his specialty. It might take people like that, however rare that those cases may be, and elevate them to a level that they otherwise would not be able to afford. So you're helping people get an education for free, and it's paying for itself, because when you oversaturate the healthcare market, you make healthcare less expensive because there's a wider availability of a resource that's in demand. So I don't know if that would work. Seems like it would. Seems like it would suffice the T-Turks and the Ben Shapiros of the world. We could talk about how you break down healthcare, but insurance, but that's another conversation. And this video is already going on probably way too fucking long. Yeah, so I like free speech. Guns are pretty alright. I think a well-armed populace goes a long way to securing civility. Because if a lot of people are walking around with guns legally that they own, then you'd be less likely to, try to mug somebody or stab somebody or be just generally be an asshole. When you know that also, and and make it less likely in the event of a hostile takeover of a government, no matter how unlikely the case may be, for the military to want to take on a well-armed populace. That's just my opinion. Um, yeah, I don't know where you get this Nazi stuff from. I think most of it is to try to teach me a lesson that making assumptions about people that are unfair and unfounded is an asshole move. And yeah, I'm gonna have to eat crow on that one. I fucked up. I kind of pushed over the line. Yeah, I saw with the Matt Powell thing. That's fine. I'm not gonna eat your ass about it. And yeah, I probably spend too much time on one person's fucking shit. I'm trying to diversify here. I've been on some furry shows, um, trap something or other. It's like a it's like a whole podcast and Discord that's run by traps. I was on Suit Yourself. I've been Obviously I've been on Brett's stuff. What else's shit have I been on? I would have to look at it again. Um, Fuck, it's a furry. I can't remember his goddamn name. Dargan, something. Dargan. No, I don't really know much. Listen, I haven't really spent that much time with Brett. I don't really know anything about the Dragoons. Maybe they're decent people. I have no fucking idea. I was just told by Brett that they're horrible people. And that's why I said apparently. I get real hyperbolic and I fucking bloviate like in this fucking video. Um, yeah, kind of just made it and left it. There were other things in the video, I think. Oh, right. When I'm saying Ein Reich, Ein Volk, Ein Führer, I'm referring to the way that you freaked out. Kind of sounded like if it was in German, it might have come from the mouth of Hitler. I wasn't calling you literally Hitler. And the Zionist state thing, I think I've cleared up now with the Jew blood stuff. I have been kind of exploring Judaism. I want to try to talk to J Dubs. J Dubs has been talking to me. He's another friend of Brett Keane who's a Jew, with the hat and the curls and everything, not just like Milo Yiannopoulos or whatever. Annie Worski, right? That was another thing that was brought up. I don't even watch Annie Worski. I kind of know who he is. The only reason I do is because TJ has mentioned him a couple of times, and JF, John Francois Garapé, who I fucking hate. He's always talking about Andy Worski. I got kicked out of JF's chat for calling him a snow monkey because he's a racist. And so I used a pejorative for Quebecois people. Most people don't know it, but people in Quebec know it. I mean, a lot of people just call them frogs and stuff because they're French Canadian. But he didn't like that very much. We always make fun of his accent, like, let me tell you about my ethnostate. And so, yeah, I'm very much against the alt-right and Nazis, obviously. Yeah, you can punch me for as many reasons as you like, but Nazis not among them. You can punch me for being a cunt. That would be a pretty good reason to punch me. You could punch me for saying things that probably aren't true. You could punch me for that, but being a Nazi, not a fucking Nazi. I got called a Nazi for making fun of Nazis. I think that's you sort of cheapen the Nazis and what they actually did by calling some guy on YouTube with autism a Nazi for saying some Trump stuff. I'm not even like super pro Trump. I just think that there's not really another option. I'm not voting for him probably. I'm just gonna vote probably libertarian this time. I do a lot of the MAGA shit because I think it's funny and I just want to make people laugh. So that's why I do most things. I mean, if this explains everything and we're you're cool with it, I'll come on your fucking show. I can't do pretty much any other day of the week for a drink. I can come on, but I can't do like a drinking contest like like you want to do, and like I challenged you. That was half tongue in cheek too, but it's still super cool. So for the drinking contest, you're gonna have to tell me what you're drinking because I want to drink the same thing. Otherwise, it's like we don't know what the ABV is and stuff, and I'll show that the bottle is sealed on the fucking thing. It'll have to be on either a Friday night or a Saturday night because I have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I don't get home until like 5:30 at night. Um, but after that, like Friday and Saturday will work fine for me. I can deal with a hang. Otherwise, if I'm up at 10 o'clock, still drinking, I'm not going to get any sleep, first of all. Second of all, I'm going to have to drive drunk, which is A, illegal, and B, immoral, and C, I can't afford a new car, even if I don't kill somebody or get a ticket. Um, so, that's that. Or Friday or Saturday night will be fine. You will just have to let me know. And I think I sent an email to the correct. I sent you an email earlier, Raging Atheist. Um, I don't know if you got it, but if you did get it, then you should definitely read that. And if you got mine and you still want to do this, I don't know if you're free, like, today's Thursday now, so tomorrow's Friday. I don't know if you're free Friday night or Saturday night, but if you are, let me know so I can go to the fucking liquor store and buy a bottle of whatever you want me to drink. And then just let me know what it's like we could just sit there and drink for 5 minutes until our fucking livers blow out. But if you could come up with something interesting or creative, or if you want me to put something on the table, I could do that too. That'd be neat. Um, yeah, that's about it, I guess. Oh, fuck. What the fuck is that? Oh, notifications. Okay, well, you have yourself a fun day now. I hope we've cleared the air. I don't think you remember much of that night. Honestly, neither do I. But it was so long ago, and we were not very sober. So, at any rate, fucking, what's my sign off? Oh no, I didn't do my sign in.